Good morning. Letter 95, Chapter 7. Dear Rob and Jah, um, this is the first ever birthday card I made for my sons. When Rob was 2, I didn't make one when he was 1 because he couldn't read it. He couldn't see it. But I figured this out, his second birthday, so I made him 2 cards. Naturally, this is the first one. Happy day to you, Robert. And I want to thank Rob up in heaven for inspiring me to start this because I did it for going on 25, 6, 7, 8 years now. Every year, I made both my boys a birthday card with whatever they were into. And I guess Rob was 2. We watched every Barney 1,000 times. Uh, and started watching the Power Rangers. And there I forged Jason's signature. I saw it somewhere and just remembered it. And I'm going to pause this and show you the other card I made for his second birthday. This is Batman, his dad. And maybe that's where I invented that city building thing and the sunset thing, which I've done a gazillion times on shells and whatnot to this day. Still doing it. Happy birthday, Robert. Love, Dad. Batman. Pause. Alright, this was for Jeremy. I call him Jaybird. Jaybird with the choke slam off his nest atop the treehouse. I bought a treehouse and it came with the house. Love their treehouse. It was nice to feature it in this card. Choke slam onto the trampoline. That's gotta hurt. His trademark front flip Jaybird choke slam into the pool. That's cold. The new intergalactical undisputed backyard champion Jeremy Jaybird Aratakis. Happy 9th birthday, champ. Macho Man, the Hulk, Giant, Batman and Robin, all their favorites. This card is so wide, you won't believe the thing I made to do this, but there's Andre and Ray, whoever, Mysterio. There's Kurt Angle. I'm not bald, he's saying. Oh, there's the Giant. And the South Park boys. In every card, he complains when they're not. There's Kenny getting it. Come on, long card. There's Rob. He's on deck. He actually had a mask like that year. It was called Sinister. And that's the that's the 7734 clubhouse underneath the treehouse. And boy, I love this card. Pause. I have, all the ones I made. This is Jeremy's 9th, but I made him, 8 before this. He has them. I don't have all of them. I have most of them. Some are spread out between New York and here, but I got most of them somewhere in the museum. Pause. This is my son's first collaboration. I drew it, and they colored it. They told me what they wanted, who they wanted, and that was fun. I laminated it, so I have it forever. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And they started growing up so fast. The cards changed over the years. There's a scene I paused on the TV on SpongeBob because I had to draw it. And I'd pause it and draw, would unpause, I'd rewind it, pause it, draw. Back in the old days. SpongeBob SquarePants. I know there's a lot going on here. So much. This is a porch scene. Somebody answered the door, and these guys are outside. It's Jeremy and Rob and his friends pulling the old thing that I invented 1,000 years ago, switching costumes and then going back to the same house that you already trick or treated at. And apparently, by the dialogue, this is the back of the the back of the heads of the South Park Boys. It's their house that the other characters are knocking on, and they've been there several times. So one of the South Park boys says, "Come on, dude, how many times are you going to change costumes and come back?" And Cartman says, "Yeah, you punk asses." And the other guy says, "You bastards, and your stupid pets don't fool us either, because down on the bottom left I made Sabrina the cat wearing the dog mask, and I forget the name of the dog we had at the time, wearing the cat mask," which I just thought of on a split second. And there's Kenny getting it by the double claw, and there's my motorcycle signature hidden right under that Jeremy always found in 1 second. And a bunch of inside jokes. Louis, they had a friend named Louis, so I made him a Satchmo mask. And I saw a Satchmo cartoon, and it looked exactly like that, like soon after that. That's Joey DeVito on the right of Lou, with the Cowardly Lion mask, because that's kind of his personality, and he's a little overweight, so his bag says "Just Treats." Tasso's in the back wearing the Joker mask with the Robin bottom. That's Rob in the middle wearing a Hulk body with the Spider-Man mask. That's Jeh on the right wearing the Crash Dummies mask, and Dracula holding the thing from South Park. And Jeremy was getting a little chubby too, so I said "trick or eat" on his bag. You got to read the fine print on these things. I love this card. Peace. Alright, this card is way too big even for my apparatus that I made, so I just put it on the floor. This is to Jeremy. And at some point we were saying Erin go brr for something, I forget what. And Jeremy just skated by all these girls that are all now looking at him with love in their eyes. And Tasso's there with the big T, his next door neighbor. Trying to impress Rob. Rob, look. There's Rob on the ice, just saying move and knocking people over. 00 in Rob style. There's Sponge and Patrick. I'm ready. Got a quarter. All our little inside jokes. These people I just invented. Skating in an ice rink from far away. Guy doing tricks. Guy not doing too well. And I put some of their wrestling buddies, I don't know why, on skates, which I drew, on pictures which I cut out and made color copies of, because I'm me. And this was at Sports Plus that we used to own. Love this card too. Happy birthday, Jeff. This card is also too big for my apparatus. I think this was for Rob's birthday. Rob is ripping his shirt off and growling, getting ready for a street kickball game. And Jess says, "It's only kickball, Rob." And Rob says, "Yeah, but it's against." And on the bottom of the card, I had a little envelope with different names of Rob's friends. Whoever he was mad at, he could pull it out. Tasso, Joey, Louie. He could put it on the blank there, the object of his angst. And I made the clouds. Invented the SpongeBob cloud, the Freddy dog, one dog cloud, Freddy dog cloud, Sabrina cloud, and a South Park guy clouds. That's Rob. Grr. Yeah, but it's against, brother. He used to bring him home Regent's balls from MH. Rejects. Love this card too. Oop. Then they got really older. And this is Jeremy at Suffolk Community College. On the top, he's walking past some building. He says, I better take an earbud out. Rob and Dad are going to be up here today. He has to study. Now, what is critical thinking? Because I used to go to the college at the same time that Jeremy went to the college. And Rob was a loose cannon. You never knew where Rob would show up. So for this card, I made Jeremy realize that we both could be there. So then he hits the courtyard, and there I am in the back, playing my air band guitar, kicking the guy with the football who I told to stay away from me. What did I tell you? And I'm singing. Been a long time since a rock and roll. Rob is with his blue book, the recovery book, is preaching. The time is at hand signals. Rob had a lot of hand signals. And I just don't know why I put time and time together, just my mind. And there's some Southport guys grown up, blowing doobs in the courtyard. And all the chicks are saying to Jack, call me as he walks by. And Jeremy says, earbud back in, head down, run. And the definition of critical thinking, because he had told me he was studying that, the process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesis, and or evaluating information. That's a college card. Love that card. My grown-up Jeremy and Rob. Maniacs.